It's the Mondayest of Mondays. It's day 202
of
Beatles-a-Day.
Keeps the Doctor Away. Why?
Because music will save the day.
And that's just the way it is.
It is the way it is.
Right.
It is. Hope your Monday has gone swell.
Mine's gone fairly swell.
Mine was fairly swell.
Well, I had, to be fair, I had computer issues that, like, somewhere right just around noon, I was like, that's it. I'm just going to, like, go to the airport and take, like, a flight to some country.
Did you nearly go out for some bread and not come back?
I did nearly go out for bread and not come back.
Oh, okay. That would have been a surprise when I got home.
Beatles-a-Day.
Dinner for one.
But instead you did come home to, like, some freshly chopped lettuce, and I was still here.
I did, and I got off work early today, but then had to battle with an intruder on the line, and so I had to find an alternative route home, and ended up getting home at the same time as I would have done had I not finished work early.
You should have just stayed in.
Trespasser on the line.
Trespasser on the subway?
Yes. So,
okay.
You know, I mean, somebody there is gonna have a worse day than I did. So,
yeah, that's for sure. So,
I think we should do this because
bits of tit. Hey.
Oh,
hey.
Wow.
Just about to whack. Didn't whack it.
Tonight we have got an extra special treat coming at you from Anthology 1 again. You're sensing a theme, right? We're into Anthology 1. This is based on an original recording, an acetate pressing.
Yes.
From 1958 of The
Quarrymen.
Before Ringo was on the scene. This was a song that's credited to McCartney and Harrison, the only one that was ever just credited to McCartney and Harrison, although it's debatable as to who exactly did what. Paul would have been 18, Harrison would have been 16. Yep. And there was actually only one acetate pressed of this recording, and they recorded it in a session with That'll Be the Day, the version of Buddy Holly's That'll Be the Day,
which we will also be doing at some point.
They went down to London. It cost them £5 to record. They pressed one pressing, and the band would take it in turns, having it for a week, being able to play it.
That's sweet.
Yeah. Until the drummer in the band, I think he was the guy that was the drummer, or one of the other members of the band, a guy called John Lowe, he kept it for 25 years.
Good for him.
Yeah, but in 1981, he tried to... There's a cat sneezing in the other room, quite vigorously.
Like 8 sneezes in a row. I've never heard that.
Are you done?
You okay, Bean?
In 1981, John Lowe tried to sell it at auction, but Paul McCartney stopped him, bought it, had it restored, and made 50 pressings, reproductions and gave them as gifts to all his friends and family.
That's really sweet.
Yep.
I would want, like, if any of my old demos turn up, I would do the same thing.
Especially if it was only one on acetate. Apparently in 2004, that original acetate was supposed to be like the most valuable original pressing of any original pressing in the world. Yeah.
Wow.
It was valued at £100,000, so that's probably 200,000.
That's a good return on your investment. Yeah. £5,
right?
Right.
It's a great tune.
We've revoiced this to juice it up a little bit, so there's going to be some fun chords in here.
Yeah, we'll do some extra tid. We'll do some tid extra.
We'll do tid extra later. Yeah. Okay, now this has literally just been freshly, like, speaking of hot off the press. This is about as hot off the press as this revoicing can get.
It's not on acetate, but almost.
All right, ready? And I think I'm ready. 2, 3.
In spite of all the danger. In spite of all that may be, I'll do anything for you, anything you want me to. Be true to me. In spite of all the heartache that you may cause me, I'll do anything for you, anything you want me to. Be true to me. I'll look after you like I've never done before. I'll keep all the others from knocking at your door. In spite of all the danger, in spite of all that may be, I'll do anything for you, anything you want me to. Be true to me. Oh, believe me, darling, I'll look after you like I've never done before. I'll keep all the others from knocking at your door. In spite of all the heartache that you may cause me, I'll do anything for you, anything you want me to, if you'll be true to me. Ow! All right, so let's break that down a little bit. So that's In Spite of All the Danger, written by McCartney and Harrison, as sung by the Quarrymen. Now, if you listen to the anthology version, I mean, it's not even an anthology version, it's the acetate, it's the restored acetate from 1958. So it's very, very grainy. It sounds like you're listening to it on a gramophone, which it's a little bit more country and western. But there is a cover band on Spotify called Sergeant Pepper's Band, and I think they might be Brazilian or Portuguese, who have done a really great version of it where they've kind of taken in elements of Oh Darling.
Actually, yeah.
They're very much taken in elements of yeah. So they've kind of souped it up with flavors of Oh Darling.
Other Beatles songs.
Yeah.
Like when I was listening to it, it's like, oh, that licks from such and such a song. Like they've really extracted
Definitely.
Beatles arrangements and slammed it into this. It's pretty interesting.
So that's the version that we've tried to do tonight, just to put a little bit of pep and energy and funk into it. So what I'll do is I'll probably put both of those versions on the Spotify list, but also there is a great recording of Paul doing it live.
Yeah,
Paul still does it live.
Yeah.
There's a recording from Vancouver in 2016, so
Yeah.
I'll post that as TID Extra video.
It is.
Tonight. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
when you think of how far he's come, like since to 2016 from 1958.
Right.
Like not knowing
that wasn't actually released to the public until Anthology 1 in
That's right.
1995.
That's right.
So it lay dormant for all those years.
Hidden in a box.
Yeah. So quite a little gem, actually. And on there is that version of Buddy Holly's, well, the cover of That'll Be the Day that was recorded in that same session. So really, really going back to the roots before the Beatles were the Beatles, before Ringo was on the scene, you know.
Yeah.
The skiffle, like the skiffle
It was
version
the bones
of
of the Beatles.
Yeah,
the
so it's
Quarrymen.
really quite awesome.
You know, I really do hope that someday, you know, somebody unearths some of my old, you know, reel-to-reels or
Right.
yeah, and says, hey, you know, that was a pretty good tune. When you think you don't know when you're writing a song,
Right.
Is this song gonna like stand the test of time? Are people gonna look back at this and go, wow, you know, like look at the trajectory. Sometimes I do, like I'll find an old demo of mine and I'm like, wow, there were some bones on that, you know.
And let's reiterate that these guys, when they wrote this song, they were teenagers. They were young teenagers.
Yeah.
You know, so pretty good skills there.
Yeah, I mean, they were probably just trying to mimic the style of the day with the lingo of the day, but when you slow it down and strip it down and add some of these like flourishy chords, it really has a lot of flesh in it.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's the sign of a good tune, that you can take it out of its natural narrative or its intended narrative or even the narrative that it was just like scratched off in. You look at another great example of that is Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow, Carole King, you know, like, tonight you're mine completely. You live your love so sweet. But if you slow it down and strip it back, it's like, tonight you're mine completely. You know, you give your love so sweetly. Tonight, the light of love is in your eyes. But will you love me tomorrow? I mean, if you sing this in a very melancholy way, it has a lot more punch to it. Much like this song as well. I bet you we could do that with a lot of different Beatles songs.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I'm sure we could. So we'll post a couple of different versions of that for you, so you can go and you know, put your brain to work. And we hope you enjoyed that. And we'll keep them coming, these little gems.
You definitely will. You sang that very, very well.
Thank you.
Did you dedicate that to me?
I did, of course I did.
I kind of hoped that you would do that.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
In spite of all the danger.
Because I'm so dangerous.
Yeah, look at you and your stripes. Like a bandit.
That's me.
Okay, so let's, we've got to go and deal with some cats now.
Cats meowing and sneezing.
There's cat shenanigans going on. So we'll be with you tomorrow.
Shacatnigans.
On day 203, and we'll have another little hidden gem for you.
We will. And we love you. And that is the way it is.
Good night, everyone.
Night, friends. 1.
It's just getting embarrassing now, isn't
2.
it?